We often talk about a player's desire to get better. That we ask for that from them. In training, they got to have that push, that drive to want to improve, and that makes sense. I get it, but really, for a player to improve, what they have to have, and what most players do not have, is the willingness to fail and the willingness to get it wrong. And I know we've heard this before, you have to practice and fail, and that's how you improve. And I think people get that, but again, most players are not willing to do it. For me, that's what I'm looking for in players, and that's what I try to stress is not this desire to improve and don't you want to get better. I think most people do. I think that's just kind of nature that everyone wants to be better at anything they're doing, but most don't have that willingness to fail. They don't have that willingness to get it wrong. They want to get it right immediately. If you give a player something to do in a training session, their first thought is, I want to get this right. I don't want to mess up. Whether it's activity, a training setup, a skill move, the first thing they want to do is not get it wrong. And in reality, that should be flipped. When something is given to them that is new, and they need to work on to get better, that they have to have that willingness that I am going to get this wrong a lot to start with. That's how you get better. It's not the desire to get it right. That's kind of just nature. Like that's just part of it. We know, we get it. We want to improve. But most players struggle just again because they don't have that willingness to get it wrong. They'll do it once or twice, can't get it, and then they stop. They just decide that, hey, I can't do this. I'm not good enough to do this. And they just stop because they're not willing to get it wrong over and over and over again. And then when they start getting it right, start doing it in a way that's faster, more difficult to get it wrong again. Once a player gets it at a very basic level, it's even hard then to get them to move beyond it because they want to stay there because they've worked already and failed a little bit to get here. And once they have a little success, they want to stay there. And sometimes they don't realize, hey, I need to push this up to another level where I'm willing to fail again and willing to struggle to be able to do this even better, even faster in tougher situations. So when we talk to players, about the desire to get better, for me, it's more talking about that willingness to get it wrong. You have to be willing to show up, work, and fail over and over again to get it right eventually. And that's where most players, that roadblock occurs. It's just they're not willing to do it. So it looks like a lack of desire to get better and they don't care and they don't want to get better. But really, for me, it's much more of a willingness just not to get it wrong that holds a player back.